What's happening, gamers? This is Bradley here and welcome back to another news roundup. And to kick us off, that you might remember in my last video I stated that the source code for Nintendo's E3 2014 website mentioned a new Nintendo system. This was later taken out of the source code, but it ultimately led to speculation. And to further that speculation, Nintendo has registered a patent for a portable game system with interchangeable face buttons, D-pad, and circle pad. So yes, you would actually be able to move the different items around and customize it how you like. And this could come in handy if there's a particular game that uses the D-pad more often, and you can move it to a more comfortable position by switching with the circle pad. Now this is just a patent, and Nintendo doesn't always do anything with the patents that they register, but of course it leads to speculation that maybe Nintendo's thinking about unveiling another revision of the 3DS at E3. But to shoot all these rumors down, a Nintendo representative has confirmed that they definitely aren't announcing hardware at this year's E3. So that's a pretty straightforward answer. This is a rare thing for Nintendo to say, because they usually just say that they don't comment on rumors and speculation, so it could be that they just want to put this rumor to rest. But of course there is always the doubt that maybe Nintendo is lying and they are actually going to be announcing something at this year's E3. I doubt it's going to be the successor to the Wii U, and if anything, it might just be the quality of life thing. Moving away from that rumor though, is that with Disney now owning the rights to Star Wars and having the Disney Infinity franchise, the obvious question is, are we going to be getting Star Wars content? And that same question was posed to the vice president of Avalanche Software, and he pretty much works around the question and doesn't give a direct answer. He talked about how last year when they were announcing Disney Infinity, people were asking if Marvel stuff would be added to the game, and even though they were working on that content at that time, they just couldn't talk about it. So I guess he could be alluding that they are working on some Star Wars content, but they just can't talk about it. Disney Infinity is pretty much an annual franchise, with 2.0 coming out in 2014 and the inevitable 3.0 probably coming out in 2015. And maybe it will be focused on Star Wars content, and it would definitely make sense because Star Wars Episode 7 comes out in 2015, and there's also that Star Wars Rebel cartoon. It would be dumb for them not to cash in on the franchise because in 2015 people are probably going to be hyping up Episode 7, and it would be a perfect way for them to make a ton of money. But really, we don't know what Disney's strategy is going to be, but I'm going to guess and say that Disney Infinity 3.0 will indeed get Star Wars content. It just makes sense. Moving on into the indie stuff is that Curse Studios has announced that they're working on a sequel to their game Stealth Inc., fittingly called Stealth Inc. 2, but believe it or not, it will actually be an exclusive to the Wii U eShop. The original Stealth Inc. was a fast-paced stealth platformer that featured brutal hazards, enemies, and puzzles as you sneaked your way through a deadly facility. But Stealth Inc. 2 will be a much larger game. It will still keep the action and pacing of the original, but it will be expanded upon with a Metroidvania-style overworld. There will also be a full-on level editor and level sharing that you'll be able to take advantage of, and there will even be a cooperative multiplayer mode that will use the Wii U gamepad somehow, but we really don't have any details on that. But you can look forward to the arrival of Stealth Inc. 2 on the Wii U eShop in 2014, courtesy of Curse Studios. In other Wii U eShop news is that Pure Solar HD was originally going to be releasing on the Wii U eShop in April, but it's May now and the game still isn't out. But the developer has confirmed that the game has been delayed to June. So yes, you won't be able to get your Genesis RPG fix until sometime in June, because they're still doing beta testing and all that good stuff, so that the game runs as smooth as a baby's bottom. And finally is that Masahiro Sakurai has confirmed that Dylan from Dylan's Rolling Western will be added to Super Smash Bros. 3DS and Wii U as an assist trophy. So you can probably expect him to roll around, and he'll even do things like a quick charge. But anyways, his model looks quite delicious. But that will bring us to the end of the news roundup. If you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up and add your favorites and all that good stuff. And you can stay tuned for more news videos, video reviews, and That's on Miiverse episodes. The 20th episode of That's on Miiverse will be going up this Saturday, so you can stay tuned for that. And I'll also be doing a video review for Stick It to the Man, so you can stay tuned for that as well. But I will talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye! The original Stealth Inc. was a fast-paced stealth platform. The original Stealth Inc. was a fast-paced stealth platformer that featured the original